Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I just wanted to talk about 10 reasons why I decided not to live in the United States anymore. I haven't lived there since I was 21. I moved to China when I was 21 and I'm now 27, so it's been a few years. And yeah, I never plan on living there again. Every time I go back, I feel more and more and more sure about that. And this is not a video bashing America either. It's neither of those. It's just me explaining why I don't want to live there. You don't have to live somewhere just because you are that. I am American through and through. I am more American than a lot of our presidents are American or were American. I was born there, parents born there, parents born there, parents, everyone. I have roots back to Native Americans, and yeah, I'm American, but I never am gonna live there again. So I just wanted to talk about why. Again, this is not a hate video, this is not a bashing video. It's just me and what I like. And because I get to choose where I live, I don't choose there. So I have 10 reasons, and I'm just going to go through them just in case anyone's interested and wants to hear my reasons why. So where will I live? First of all, I will end up living in Europe permanently when I'm done traveling. I'll never be done traveling, but when I definitely will calm down when I finish visiting every country in the world. Which is my goal, which is what I'm doing. I'm on a quest to visit every country in the world, and I've completed more than half already. 125 countries I've been to, and there are 195 countries. And majority of them are in Africa, the ones that I have to get to. So yeah, I will finish next year, and then when I finish, I will still be a traveler. It's just, it'll be dialed down. I literally travel every single day of my life, so it will be dialed back. I'll have a home, and I'll be married, and I'll have kids and all that, so that'll be in Europe. They're not in order, they're just 10 reasons, but they're not from they're not in any particular order. Reason number one is definitely the food. Every time I go to the States, I get sick. Like, not do I only get sick, I feel so groggy, my skin breaks out, and I literally, like, I hate I make my own food, you know, so I'm like buying from the grocery store, but it's just like I'm a label reader, and I'm just like, it's ridiculous. Like, the food in America is just terrible, and I'm like, to me, I'm a huge foodie, I'm a huge person who's into health and all that and taking care of myself. I'm gonna live where the best stuff is if I have that option. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to eat this crap. I'm not. Even the meat and the everything is just such bad quality. The factories there are such bad quality, and the food is just terrible. And it's just not a place I want to live. That's a huge reason why the food to me is just absolutely horrific. And I know why that is. It's because the pharma is, you know, the pharmaceutical empire in America, they make so much money off of medication. Of course they're gonna try and make people sick. Of course. So anyways, food. Okay, number two reason why I wouldn't live in the States again. Number two reason why I wouldn't live in the States again. I see a satanic uprising. I don't know how many people see it, but to me it's very clear. There's like a satanic uprising. The music that's produced in Hollywood is like all satanic. There's like these satanic undertones and everything, and it's just wild to me. But that we're supposed to be a Christian nation, which to me is not apparent, and it's not true that we are. I think at one time America was a Christian nation, and America was beautiful at one time, and It was a great place to be in a great country, and I think all that is dead, if not dying. And as a Christian, the stuff that goes on there that's produced by Hollywood, that's produced by the media, to me is just absolutely sick. And I don't want to live in a country like that. Like, imagine trying to go to Dubai, anyone in Dubai trying to praise and sing about Satan and dress up like Satan and parade around. Like, it just wouldn't happen because they uphold their beliefs. And I love that about the Emirates, about the Middle East, about Saudi Arabia, all those countries. They uphold their standards and what they believe in. And I don't know, I just see a satanic uprising, and it's not something I want to be a part of. I even stopped listening to music recently. It's been like 2 months. I don't listen to any music anymore. The only music I listen to is like classical music and music without word. That's not like it's not like Hollywood music. I don't listen to any of that anymore. None of it. I stopped all of it, and because it's a lot of it is satanic, and it's just if not satanic, it's just like praising terribleness, and it's not what I'm into. I would want to live in a Christian nation, which I know that there are still a lot of Christian countries. Like Iceland was a Christian country. It's crazy because when I went to Iceland, I was on a tour and they started talking about Jesus, and it was so weird. Literally, I was there with a friend and both of our eyes lit up, like our ears perked up, like, did he just say Jesus? Because as Christians, we're like, you never hear anybody, you never just hear it unless you're like at church or something. But like on a tour, the guide was speaking about Jesus when he was speaking about the history of Iceland, and he was speaking about a lot of where their names come from for their mountains and all this, and he was just speaking about Icelandic life. And to me, it's just like that Iceland is a Christian nation, and you can see that in the way of life. So yeah, I admire that. So that's not apparent in America anymore. It's almost the complete opposite. Before I start the video, I wanted to tell you about the reason I'm even in Italy. I've been here for the past 2 months. I've been developing and making, literally me making my own products for you guys. I've come out with a lash and brow and edge growth serum, a serum that I've been using myself for years, which is Italian honey and castor oil that I use on my brows, lashes, and edges for crazy growth. I've also come out with my own hair growth oil, an oil that I've been making for myself for years. And I've come out with a body oil that I've been using for years, all based in Italian extra virgin olive oil, which is why I'm here in Italy. And I've also come out with a face mask, turmeric, saffron, and Italian honey for glowy, bright skin. And I have all the products on my website, and you can order with the link down below. Today I came out with a bundle so you can get my serum, both hair oils, the hair oil and the body oil, and the face mask as a big bundle. So I'll link that down below if you guys want it. It's at a discounted rate for the bundle, so go down there and grab one. I only have a limited amount of numbers for the bundles, so go get one if you're interested in trying my products. I've been here in Italy for literally 2 months sitting and making them for you guys, and I'm so excited for you guys to try them. So they look like, these are my own that I've been using, but it's a rosemary and Italian EVOO, and this is a vanilla bean, rose, and Italian EVOO, and it's just the best stuff. So I can't wait for you guys to try the stuff. Shipping day is August 15th. Everything's linked down below, and let's get into the video. So another reason why I wouldn't live in the United States again is for the schools. The school systems are terrible. Americans are at literally at an all-time low. The test scores, the language is at an all-time low, a dramatic low. The testing, what grades students are getting, and the literature, literally, like, Americans don't even speak proper English anymore. It's some hyper American language, and most Americans can't even speak more than one language, which is crazy. I travel all over the world, everyone knows more than one language. Everyone besides Americans. Like, it's just, the education system in the US, to me, is not one that I would want my kids going to. I'm not speaking for all teachers. I know there are amazing teachers out there. But I didn't encounter those teachers. When I went to high school, all my teachers were idiots. And my teachers were so stupid and so foul. It's just crazy when you get out of high school, even my middle school, same thing, middle school and the high school I went to, you realize how inappropriate a lot of the experiences you had were when you get out of them. Like, I had so many inappropriate experiences in high school, in middle school, that I'm like, oh my gosh, this should have totally been illegal. Just nasty stuff. Like, one of my math teachers used to always talk about her sex life with her husband. This was when I was in middle school, which is totally inappropriate. She used to speak about that with us. Another one of my teachers came out and straight up said, like, I don't even know how to teach you guys. Can we just talk about life? And she'd ask us all of our personal lives. She'd be like, so how are your mom and dad? Or I heard such and such was cheating on this, and like, how's this? Like, she loved to gossip about like all of our families, and we never ever did any schoolwork. And other teachers I had that weren't just being straight up inappropriate, just were dumb. They were just dumb. They were just hired and given a curriculum and said, just read it to the kids. And still that was too much to ask for. And I don't know, the school systems are just not anything I would send my kids to. What is allowed in the school systems is not anything I would want my kids to be a part of when I have them. I don't have kids yet. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the education system. I would be a nervous wreck sending my kids to school in the States. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Not my children, no. So absolutely not. I just wouldn't want to send my kids to the school system. But again, I'm not negating teachers. If you're a teacher and you watch this, I'm not saying that it's your problem. I'm saying it's the nation. I'm sure there are great teachers out there somewhere, but I didn't encounter them. Even in college, I didn't encounter them. I had one good teacher. One. The rest of them were complete idiots. I remember I had a world history teacher. She literally taught us about the history of the world, and she never left the States before. She had never been outside of America. I was just like, why is this woman hired? Like, she'd never been outside of it, but she's teaching us the world history. She's teaching, and I had a world studies course too. The teacher didn't know anything about she had never been out. She was reading curriculums to us. So anyways, I digress. I'm not a fan of the education system once, but a lot of people did it once. They just went out to the streets of America and they held a map up and was like, point to Afghanistan. Americans, no idea. Point to Sri Lanka. Americans, no idea. Point to Kazakhstan, the 11th biggest country in the world. Americans didn't know anything. Some Americans didn't even know where America was on the map. It's just, yeah, it's apparent when you start to travel the rest of the world and you're like, you come back and you're like, oh my gosh. Proximity. I don't like where America is located. One reason I love Europe so much is because I can literally, let me go to Switzerland. Be in Switzerland 2 hours. I can hop on a train. Oh my goodness, I want to go to Paris, or hop on a train here in Paris in 2 seconds, or even a quick flight. Super quick, 2-second flight. Let's go to anywhere. Let's go to Belgium. Let's go to Stockholm for the weekend. Let's go to Turkey. It's still not that far away. Let's go to Greece. There's so much to offer in Europe, which I love, the variety. I love how it's near so many countries. I know Europe is like smaller than the States, but I like the area of Europe. I like how I feel so close to so many other countries. As a traveler, that's important to me. Whereas in America, it's like all the way out there in the water on the left, and the countries over there aren't the ones that I've grown to love and feel comfortable in. So yeah, it's kind of just America, Canada, and Mexico. And yeah, I just love the proximity. I don't love, like, I wouldn't want to live in the States is what I'm saying. I love living in Europe. I love the position it is in the world. The position of Europe I like as a place to live. European way of life, yeah. I find myself, maybe it's because I've lived outside of the States so long, I don't have the American way of life anymore. Like, the American lifestyle is just like, I've adapted to more of the European lifestyle. The European way of living is more my thing. I love being outside all day. Europeans, they're outside. Americans are not outside that much. You need a car in America because, you know, most people are driving or whatever. Europeans are outside all day. Like, outside is like, European homes are a lot more smaller than American homes because Americans spend the whole day inside. The homes are so big because Americans are homebodies. Europeans, your home is kind of just where you sleep and where you make your breakfast, but everything's outside. Europeans are riding bikes to get where they need to get or walking, and that's definitely me. I'm a walker. I love to kind of spend most of my day outside, and that's definitely more the European way of life versus the American way of life. More indoor people, house people. I'm more of a, I want to be outside. I want to walk to get my groceries every day, you know, and I don't know, just the European lifestyle is definitely me. I've adapted to it. Yeah, it's just different. The heck does that say? Way so long. So, like, part of the reason I wouldn't live in the States again is I've been away so long, I have nothing connecting me to the States. Like, nothing. When I'm there, there's nothing tethering me to that country. I have no friends there. But, well, I have friends who are American, but we always meet up in other places in the world, you know? Like, we'll text, like, hey, let's meet up in Dubai, let's meet up in Bali, type of thing, you know? I have no, like, actual friends in the U.S. Like, there's no life I have in the U.S., which is something, it's an interesting feeling, actually. Let me touch on that. Like, I was just recently in the States, and it's like, it's crazy that I'm American, but when I'm here, I feel more like a foreigner than I do anywhere, because I have no life in the U.S., if that makes sense. Some people go back to the U.S. that are Americans, and they have a life there. They have a community that, you know, I have no life. I'm very much a visitor, you know, and I have nothing to do. I'm in limbo. I'm very much in limbo when I'm in the States. And I don't want to do anything too, if that makes sense. Like, there's nothing I'm desiring to do when I'm there. I'm very much there for a specific reason if I'm there. But I have no community, I'm like a visitor, just kind of staying in somebody's house, and then I leave. So yeah, no life. I have no community. I have nothing I'm leaving behind. My life, my community, my friends, my people are all in Europe or Dubai. To this, I'm the non-denominational Christian, meaning I don't think God said, okay, I want to have Muslims, I want to have Catholics, I want to have Protestants. Like, I think God just created us and wanted a relationship. So I consider myself non-religious. I don't have a religion. I think religion is man-made, not God-made. So yeah, I'm not religious, but I know that the world considers me religious because I'm a Christian. I have lived in Christian nations, not meaning that everyone is Christian and everyone's acting all churchy. That's not really what I mean. I just think that I've become really uncomfortable with the satanic. If you don't see it, it's crazy, but there's definitely a satanic culture. I don't really know what to say, but it's going on in the States right now, and it's, to me, absolutely wild. It's absolutely wild that the kids are growing up seeing this and listening to it and singing to it, and music has a big part to do with the culture and all that. It's all so important, and I think it's a big deal. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I just don't acknowledge it. I don't pay. Like, no, I don't want to live somewhere where that is okay. And the kids, like, our kids are growing up listening to that and seeing it's impossible to shield your kids from media. I mean, kids are gonna see it, and it's gonna be okay, which is like not something I just don't want to be a part of that. Like, again, like, if you're in Dubai, you would never see this stuff going on because they uphold their beliefs. And I think America at one time was a great nation. I think it was a great country, beautiful country. But I think that, honestly, the government started raising the kids and people, and there's no values anymore. There's no, like, I think that it's falling apart, and it used to be a beautiful place. I think at one time, a great place to live, a great place to be, but not anymore. And since I have the choice, I don't know if people know this, but you don't have to live the place you were born at. You don't have to. Then I just like Europe a lot, and I figured that out the first time I came here 7 years ago. I was like, yeah, this is where I'm gonna live. Now, I'm not saying Europe is perfect either. Please don't think I'm saying that. But I do have a choice about where I would live. And it would be Europe. I love the health. I love the food. One of my favorite things to do, I know I must be getting old, is just going to a grocery, especially here in Italy. I'm in Italy. They have like these little mom and pop grocery stores, and just like spending the whole day there and reading labels and like shopping, like looking at butter. They're beautiful. They make the most beautiful, like, okay, so let's say Switzerland. In Switzerland, I love grocery shopping because the food is just the best. I love looking at the milk they have and the cheese. I don't even like cheese, but I like looking at it because it's beautiful, and the different butters they have and their meat selection, and you just know you're getting quality, which should be the standard, right? It's literally what we put in our bodies to keep us alive, right? So it should be like a human thing. It shouldn't be a country thing that the food is like the best of the best of the best, you know? It's what's keeping you alive. So yeah, I definitely choose Europe. I don't know which country in Europe. I do know which country, but I have a few options of where I want to live here, but very happy in Europe as a place to live. But I will always be a traveler, always, my whole life. I will always be somebody who's all over the place all the time. I can't sit still. But for raising my kids and living, yeah, it's gonna be Europe. So shout out to Europe. My favorite European countries are Holland, France, I love Sweden. Love Sweden. Sweden, Holland, France. Love Italy. Love Switzerland. I would live in Switzerland. I really would. I just realized that too. Why not? I'm in Italy. I've been here for 3 months. No, I've been here for 2 months. Love Iceland. Would never live there though. It's too out in the freaking water for me. Like, it's a little island pushed out in the water, and if there's a volcano, you're literally stuck there. Like, they can't fly planes when a volcano erupts, so no. But I do love it, and I got a little bored there after 3 weeks. I was there for 3 weeks, and I was like, okay, I need civilization. But I love it. I still. Where else do I love? I love in Europe, Portugal. I love Portugal. What a beautiful country. And instead, I still think there are so many pros to living in America, especially after traveling Afghanistan 3 times, which I think is an amazing country. But still, just knowing the freedom you have is a beautiful thing. I don't think any human wants to feel like they can't do things, you know? And so for sure, every single Afghan I met asked me to take them to America, or even people asked me to take their kids. Literally, mothers were like trying to leave their kids and run away from me. Like, take my child with you back to America. And I would ask them, you guys look so happy here. What is going on? Like, why would you want to come to the States? You guys, the way of life here is beautiful. You guys look so happy and calm. But they don't know anything about America. Like, when I told them that we had killings, that people kill each other, their minds were blown. They're like, what? I was like, yeah, there's so much crime. People kill and steal all the time. Like, you're in danger if you're out and about in certain places or anywhere. People kill each other for no reason. People are really mean to each other. They're like, are you kidding me? Like, they couldn't believe it because they don't really have television in Afghanistan. So there's no way for them to actually know what America's like. They only hear, you know, that movie idea of America. So their minds are blown. They're like, what? They thought it was like the land of milk and honey, like the promised land, and everyone's rich and everyone is beautiful and everyone's healthy and everyone is going to church on Sunday and everyone's safe. That's literally what they think America is. And their minds are blown when I told them, no, people literally shoot each other in the back of the head. I still think that it's a beautiful thing to be American. I was having dinner with my friend in Kazakhstan. Beautiful country. I love that country. It's, to me, one of the best countries I've ever been to. It's well ran. There's no crime. Everyone's polite. They know like 16 languages. Anyways, I was speaking to a girl. I'm about to go back to Kazakhstan actually because I saw this video of a horse in this meadow, or many horses, and it was running, and I said, I need to go there. And I looked up where it was, and it said it was in Kazakhstan, but I had never been to that part of Kazakhstan. So I texted my friend Adele and I was like, can we go here together? She's like, let's go. I'm so excited. Come back to Kazakhstan. So I'm gonna come back to Kazakhstan before the summer's over. But anyways, I was speaking to her and she was like, you're so blessed to be American. She's like, do you know the process I have to go through just if I want to go to France? She's like, I applied for a French visa. She said when she's like 30, when she was like 25, and she said she didn't hear back for 3 years to even get a decision. She's like, the freedom you have with that American passport is so beautiful. And I was like, I know I'm blessed. Like, I can't imagine just being not allowed to go anywhere just because of my passport, you know? Like, Kazakhstan, they're not even troublesome people, but the process they have to go through just to leave Kazakhstan is insane. And I know a lot of countries are like that. So I know there's a lot of pros to being American and to being American. And I also think in America that anything is possible. You can literally grow up in the worst situation and become LeBron James or Jay-Z or, you know, whoever. You can start from zero and it's possible. Where in other countries, it's not possible. Like Afghanistan, there's no elevating. Your life is your life. In America, literally anything is possible. You can be anything you want. You can start from zero and become a billionaire, or you know what I mean? And I think that's beautiful. So I think there's a lot of pros to being American and being American and living there. But it's not my place anymore. It's not my kind of place. And so yeah, I just want to live there again. But best of luck to you guys that live there. And I hope America does turn around one day and change. But right now, no.